Welcome to Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN, presented by our official climate finance partner, Aspiration. Just across from O'Hare International Airport while their plane's taking off all day long. Team Garcia and Team Mulipola, the second of our double header. Two teams looking for a response. Team Garcia 0-2 last night. Without some help from Taylor Edwards, though, she did her part. Two-run home runs. The first one, just a line drive shot that got out of here in about a second. The other one was just a towering blast well over the left field wall off Georgina Korick. And Edwards looking like she is in mid-season form on night number one. We'll see if she can follow it up and help her team get some wins. And it's all about that innovative scoring system. Wins are so important, innings and games. Just 2 weeks to go. So if you get hot quick, you could find yourself at the top of the leaderboard for a long time. We'll have new teams at the end of every series as well. Alongside the two-time All-American Amanda Scarborough, I'm Chucky Kemp. Well, wondered, would it be the pitchers or the hitters that started off better? It has been the bats.
It really has. I mean, we saw Team Circle hit 6 home runs, which was a record for AUX, as well as score 7 runs in the first inning. Another record. We had 26 hits combined between both teams in our last game and 17 runs. The offense is exploding and putting up big numbers. Will it change tonight?
We'll find out. Rachel Garcia will try to do her best to shut down the lineup, but first she'll hope to get some help. Haley McClenny and Taylor Edwards, 2 of her top 3 picks in the draft. Haley McClenny led it off with a solo home run her season, then struggled a little bit the rest of the way, and then Edwards, you know what she did, absolutely tremendous. Amanda Lorenz, Rachel Garcia herself adds some power for that lineup as well. We'll be trying to solve on the other side. Peyton St. George in her second season out of Duke. Can she spin a gem? It's year 2 for her. We got to talk to her the other day. Just excited to be back. Talked about the differences from the college game to the professional level and some pitches that she doesn't normally throw, but they like at AU.
Yeah, you could tell that she worked really hard in the offseason to go to work and learn from last season and how she could get better and really use that as a way to get better in this offseason by developing another speed, another off-speed pitch. She's like, you just can't throw 2 speeds in this league. They're your hard stuff, your soft stuff with your changeup, but you have to have that in-between speed to have success here.
Yeah, last year didn't play at AUX, but 2-2 with a 5.12 ERA in the championship season. It was up and down as it is for so many pitchers just trying to get the landscape of this, especially when you've got people like Haley McClenny that lead off lineups and are just nightmares for pitchers. But McClenny, first at bat of the season, a home run.
Yeah, it was off of Alicia Ocasio. Started out hot with that big home run swing. It's what makes her such a special player, is that she can hit for average, hit for a little bit of power when she needs to. That Actor Tech, we have this, so it went 226 feet, just barely over the wall. We thought Nicole Mendez was going to grab it. 71 miles an hour off the bat. Hot start for a few hitters hitting home runs in the first at bat that they had this AUX season.
Aubrey Leach off to a tremendous start. She's out at second base right there. All smiles for Leach, but they need a response here. They only got 10 inning win points out of a possible 120 total win points available in the game. The same thing they did to this very team last night in their favor. And you see Team Mulipola is favored in this one by a run and a half. They'd love to make that come true as Haley McClenny gets set to face off with Peyton St. George. And we are underway in game 2. Outside corner, strike 1 for St. George. Seeing these hitters and pitchers, all of them just testing the strike zone, trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. Haley McClenny, I think, prides herself on how well she understands the strike zone. Bat control second to none.
That's why she can have a lot of long at-bats, foul off pitches until a pitcher makes a mistake and comes more over the heart of the plate.
Haley's one, if you were Talking about names that I think there's an expectation for her to do well as she beats that out for an infield single, and it really just wasn't that close for McClenny.
Yeah, and Tori Vidalis had to make a decision there if she was going to go for the ball or if she was going to let Aubrey Leach get it. They communicated. You could tell that Tori Vidalis just pulled off of this play. She played a little bit off the line anyway. She could either take a couple more steps and get it kind of an in-betweener anyway. I think even if she would have grabbed it, Haley McClenny would have beat it out because of her speed.
Looked like Haley was halfway down the line by the time that got halfway to Tori Vidalis. Amanda Lorenz in the 2-hole. McClenny and Lorenz for Rachel Garcia, the top 2 picks at 3 and 4 overall. And then Taylor Edwards with her 3rd pick at number 9. The only team captain out of the 3 that didn't take a pitcher with one of their top 3 picks. And of course, Rachel is one herself.
Well, and you know that Team Garcia wants to win tonight. All these athletes are so competitive. They had to have that doubleheader the very first day of the season and didn't play great, got beat twice. And have a chance now to get a win and kind of start fresh moving into the rest of the week, the rest of the series.
And had the long wait, too. Thought you'd get back to it last night, but the rain pushed day 2 to tonight. So Team Garcia had to sit on that one a little bit longer, and that's in the dirt from St. George. In trouble here in the 1st inning, 1st and 2nd, McClenny and Lorenz. Comes Sam Fisher, 1 for 6 yesterday with a walk. Hit the ball well though, off balance a few times, but hit the ball hard multiple times. Simi Valley, California. Great spot from St. George on the inside half.
That's exactly where she wants to put that pitch. Screwball, inner half. Just getting a little bit off the plate.
0-1, hit high to left field. Jasmine Jackson's under it and has it. McClenny not going to test her. It's a good throw anyway. There's 1 out.
Has a good swing, another good swing by Sam Fisher, but Peyton St. George took a little bit off of that, got her out front for an out after the first 2 reached.
And here she is, Taylor Edwards. 3 for 4. 2 2-run shots on opening day and takes a big hack there.
Yeah, and she likes to swing early in the count. You're starting to see the tendencies in what these hitters like to do even just 3-4 games into the season. Some like to have patience, some might switch it in game to have more patience later in their at-bats. Taylor Edwards, though, liking to be super aggressive.
14th at AUX last season. That's her best finish in 4 years as a pro with Athletes Unlimited. Played in the NPF, she's played in Japan. She's done a little bit of everything.
At 244 feet was more of the line drive to left center field. 287 feet was that towering moonshot toward dead left field. The 2 home runs that Taylor Edwards mashed over the left field fence on Monday.
That was with the wind. Swirling, and it was really the one place it never seemed to go was straight out.
Yeah, and finally, I'm sure the players are so happy to see the flags just kind of die down now and just kind of sit still.
1-2, did she go? No, she did not.
That was such a good pitch, and Peyton St. George wanted this so bad to get the call. More of an off-speed pitch. This is, I think, this in-between speed that she's going for, 57 miles an hour.
Danielle O'Toole was having fun with Naomi Erdahl down the 3rd base line. Edwards goes down looking. Out number 2.
It's all about the spot of this pitch, right at the knees. She keeps it down, gets the lower half of the zone, and Deja Mulipola, one of the best receivers in the game, able to frame it up, stick it, and get the strike call of the home run hitter.
That really was great from Mulipola. Oh, line shot. This is going to roll all the way to the fence. Garcia to second base. Lorenz coming around. She will score, and 2 runs across for Team Garcia, thanks to the team captain.
It's exactly the start that you want to have if you went 0-2 on Monday. You want to come out and score first. A pitch that's left out over the plate, and Garcia lets it travel. She smashed this down the line. That was about an 85-mile-an-hour exit velocity, a line drive that just gets past Tori Vidalis and all the way out to right field. Amanda Lorenz scores all the way from first base, and Garcia scores 2 runs in this inning.
Again, really similar to what we saw from the doubleheader team the other night. Team Garcia, who lost the first game, came into the next game and they fell behind. And now Team Mulipola, they lose the first game and immediately fall behind in the second, and that pressure ramping up on them even further. Two outs with Garcia at third for Danielle Gibson.
You know, Peyton St. George has made a lot of good pitches in this inning. She really has, but just can come down to one pitch, that one swing that Rachel Garcia doubled down the line, scores 2.
There it is again. Another great pitch on the outside corner.
Another great pitch. I think it was Tori Vidalis coming into the season that talked about how important every single pitch is to be in it when you're playing in this AUX season, with the energy and the intensity and the quickness that this season is.
Trying to go back to that same spot, no dice. Danielle Gibson, first AUX player with 2 home runs in the same game last year in San Diego in her first week as a pro. Fouls that one back off the netting. Working as the volunteer assistant coach at Georgia this past season for Tony Baldwin. She just raves about Georgia's head coach Tony Baldwin and the impact he's had on her coaching career already. She grounds out to Aubrey Leach. Rachel Garcia coming through for her side. 2 hits. She drives 2 in with the double. Two 2-0. Team Garcia off to a great start. Couple hits. Rachel Garcia with the RBI double. Brought around 2, and Team Mulipola needs a response after dropping the first game 10-7 to Team Zirkle here in Rosemont. There's Aubrey Leach. She's in the 2-hole. She is ridiculous right now at the plate.
Yeah, just on fire, using all of her tools, power, hitting up the alleys, laying down bunts, truly doing it all at the plate.
Deja Mulipola behind her had a chance at the end with 2 on. She was the tying run, but Carrie Eberly won that battle. And here's Rachel Garcia. We did not see her start the other night. We saw her in multiple relief appearances, enter, come out, re-enter. Here's what she can do.
And she'll have a bit of more upspin than downspin, stay more up in the zone with her rise ball, curveball. She'll also throw a backdoor curveball that can have a little bit of upspin too. But in terms of velocity in the AUX season, Rachel Garcia, the hardest thrower on average in the league. Her highest pitch average velocity was from Monday, and she averaged 68.2 miles an hour. Had 2 appearances, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 5 hits she gave up.
Big night for her team. That's 68 mile per hour average. I think we saw her touch just over 71 a couple times. Victoria Hayward, the first to take a crack at Rachel Garcia, swinging first pitch, fouls it away. Quick turnaround after a loss as a team. What's the message? How do you respond this quickly?
Pick up offensively where they left off. You know, they were putting together good at bats, scoring runs late in the game. They scored early too, just fell short against Team Zirkle in their last game.
Hayward did go for that, so 0-2. Good start for Garcia, attacking the leadoff hitter. Victoria last year hit safely in 10 of 11 games. Missed a couple days heading off to Canada for the bronze medal celebration with her teammates. One, two. That's outside as well. Hayward from Toronto, Ontario. 512 average at AUX last season. Chopper left side. Sam Fisher's first work. Takes care of it for out number 1. Sam was busy the other night, her and Sis Bates on the left side of that infield. Plenty of communication over there, you can bet, for Rachel Garcia. Lily Piper at second base tonight again. There's Sis, defensive MVP of AUX last season, and she is spectacular with the glove.
It's another thing that, you know, these players have to get used to again. It's just live reads off the bat. You can take ground balls on a field or out on the field here and take extra reps as much as you want, but it's just different to get those reads off the bat in a live game. These players like to refer to this AUX season almost like a spring training, and it kind of is. You're playing games, but all these games mean something. Every inning means something. It's points. It's wanting to actually win the game, and as well as earn your individual points and MVP points.
They jumped in so quickly at such a high level. All of our games have been really competitive. Feels like they've come down to the final inning. That last game came down to the final pitch with Deja Mulipola at the plate. Chance to tie it. There's Deja. 3-0 count here for Aubrey Leach, so a chance for Deja maybe with a runner on if Garcia can't recover. Coming at Leach that time into left field. Lorenz coming on, makes a nice catch. There's 2 outs.
And that ball was diving down in front of Amanda Lorenz. Again, going back to getting reads off the bat. She's trying to get that read off the bat and recognize if it's going to come out to her, if she's going to have to come in hard. And good pick there by Lorenz for the second out.
And known for the bat. Getting it done in left field as well. To the right of Haley McClenny. Shannon Rhodes is out in the outfield as well for Rachel Garcia, and they'll have to be on watch here with Mulipola at the plate. Garden Grove, California, went to Arizona, 2-time National Catcher of the Year, 2-time first team All-American. '68 home runs in her Wildcat career. Well, Rachel Garcia, she can swing it She can throw it, and her team has 10 inning win points to start our second game of the doubleheader. Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN is sponsored by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact. Andrea Filler, Aubrey Leach, a couple of the hottest starts here at AUX. Sam Fisher's back for another season. Team Zirkle, 2-0. Zirkle captaining her team to 2 straight wins. Really dominant too, especially at the plate.
Yeah, they've been hitting the ball really well, and that Sam Fisher picture is that's the one for me with the excitement. She put a really great caption on Instagram, something like, you know, when you find fries at the bottom of the bag, like that's how she captioned that, just that excitement. So fun.
She loves being out here, loves the league. Shannon Rhodes will lead it off for Team Garcia. 7-8-9, Rhodes, Piper, Bates due up against Peyton St. George. And Peyton hit the reset button a little bit. Talked about it in the first inning, a lot of good pitches, but we saw that in the first game too, and it just, sometimes these hitters are just that good. This is hit hard, and a little bit of a misjudge there by Jackson, who came in. Rhodes headed for second, and she's in there.
I mean, you said it. That pitch was hit so hard. 85 miles an hour exit velocity off the bat in a line drive. Not a big launch angle. You could tell by just the trajectory off the bat, and that's a tough one to read if you're Jackson out in left field. That ball was hit so hard. Tried to judge it right off the bat, bit of a misread, and then Shannon Rhodes just headed to second base.
20 points for her on the double. Lily Piper, she was 3 for 5 in 2 games yesterday. Couple runs scored. Yeah, to update our top 5 velocities after Shannon Rhodes just delivered right there. Taylor Edwards and Rachel Garcia still at the top of the list. Garcia's was an out. Piper up the middle, base hit. Around comes Rhodes. And another one comes across. 3-0 Team Garcia here in the second.
Hey, what a start for Lily Piper in this AUX season. Just continues to find ways to get hits, push runs across, and produce in the bottom of the order for Team Garcia. Peyton St. George went to her curveball 3 pitches in a row. The first 2 were just a little bit too far outside, got Piper in a hitter's 2-0 count, had to come more on the plate. She was able to hit it hard up the middle.
Well, for every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited AUX season, Aspiration committed to planting 10 trees. We'll see how many will be planted thanks to Aspiration's support across the rest of the season. That Shannon Rhodes at bat changed from a double to an error on Jasmine Jackson, which is meaningful in the individual stat points. Sis Bates sends that ball foul. Native of California, played her college ball at Washington, 3-time Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year. Won gold with Team USA at the 2022 Pan American Championships. She will head to Dublin for the WBSC World Cup qualifier this summer with Team USA. She watches that strike from St. George. Fouled back. Peyton St. George told us she never thought she would be a runner after college softball. Thought she would leave running behind. But last November, she signed up for a half marathon, which will be this November. So she said she's kind of been building up a little bit. Said she didn't want to lose the power she has in the circle, but built all the way up to 10 miles recently as she trains for that half marathon and gets Sis Bates swinging.
No, she feels good about getting this strikeout here. Her second strikeout of the day goes to her screwball. Steps more toward the left, toward first base to create that angle to a left-handed hitter to break that pitch in the outer half.
Big win for her right there. Out number one, Piper. Nice jump by Lily Piper to take second. Mulipola kept that in front, but not in time.
Another character out there on the field, Lily Piper is. Has so much fun.
Too far outside. Back to McClenny. Singled and scored in the first. Haley McClenny struck out back-to-back at-bats against Megan Faramo. I'm not sure, I mean, Faramo extremely impressive to get her twice, but I'm not sure the last time that's happened. McClenny into center field, Piper gonna come around. It was bobbled just a second by Hayward. Lily Piper, she's exhausted.
Haley McClenny finds herself in a hitter's count. Peyton St. George again has to come more on the plate. Nick Hayward has that slight bobble out in center field, and Charlotte Morgan, the facilitator for Team Garcia, had thrown up the stop sign, and then she decides to turn it on. She's hilarious, her faces out on the base pass, but another run for Team Garcia, and they're up by 4.
An all too familiar start for Team Mulipola in this one. They fell behind 7-0 in the top of the first against Team Zirkel in game 1 tonight. And they did respond with 5 runs, so we know what they can do at the plate. I'm sure they had different plans though for game 2. Lorenz, tough spot here down the line. Long run, places it and spins it into foul territory. Here comes McClenny to score. 5-0 Team Garcia.
See Amanda Lorenz's reaction there at second base with Aubrey Leach too. She went down to get this pitch, hit it off the end of her bat, and it just fell in no man's land. I mean, Jasmine Jackson out there in left field has had rockets hit at her, and then now this one that just falls barely in front of her. She can't keep it in front. Because of that, Haley McClenny is going to be able to score.
Yeah, you're right, Jasmine Jackson. She's had to go back, forward, side to side. Seen every type of ball hit her way tonight. To the 3-hole Sam Fisher, still just 1 out. 3 runs across in the second. Has to feel good for Team Garcia. We talked about them just sitting after their doubleheader night, going 0 for 2, just 50 total win points out of a possible 240. It can really damage your chances on the leaderboard, but what a great response. Sam Fisher sitting in the 37th spot on the leaderboard right now, trying to move up out in front, and goes off her stomach.
You know, in her first season back in 2020, she finished 38th, and then in 2021, she finished 49th. But then in 2022, I mean, she stepped it up in the AUX season, and then also the champ season, where she had 2 top 10 finishes.
She told us last summer, like it was embarrassing. She's like, I felt, I was embarrassed that I was finishing where I was. So she's like, man, it's about time that I'm starting to perform. You see that leaderboard, a lot of Team Garcia at the bottom right now. They've got work to do.
And I will say, I mean, I feel like her swings look good. I just think that she's hitting it right at people. She's hitting it really hard right at people in the infield.
And that was a comment she made to her pitcher last night. To Odyssey Alexander, said, look, you're making good pitches. Just sometimes doesn't fall where you want it to.
Yeah, and I think that was the same conversation that we saw Tori Vidalis have with Peyton St. George after that Amanda Lorenz double that just fell down the line.
Now Taylor Edwards, who struck out looking in the first inning. This is off the end of the bat. Stuart Hunter takes care of it. Peyton St. George responds with back-to-back outs, but Team Garcia, 5 runs in the first 2 innings.
Who's going to win this season? Oh gosh.
Isn't that the golden question?
Me, of course.
It might just be me. I don't know. I want Haley McClenny to win it. I think she's gonna do it. Should I have said myself? I realize that maybe, but no, I want Haley McClenny to win.
That's just Sam Fisher being a great teammate out there. Haley McClenny on her team here in week 1.
Just so many great personalities, Chucky, and just, I mean, you know that they're some of the best softball players in the world, but they also have some of the best personalities in the world, too, to accompany it. Makes for really great sound and good times.
Well, a lot to be decided. That leaderboard ever-changing. And what's interesting, too, a lot of times what you'll see happen is if you're newer at Athletes Unlimited, you have these teams that have such great success, and the best performers on those teams end up at the top of the leaderboard, and then they get broken up. You don't get that same
That's a good point.
top part of the team back together. Inside to Kaylee Clifton, 4-5-6. Rachel Garcia efficient in the first inning, both at the plate with the 2 RBI double and a 1-2-3 inning of Hayward, Leach, and Mulipola. That's the first time Aubrey Leach tonight, and now 6 plate appearances has been out.
Almost forgot what it looked like.
She picked up 60 more points in that first game with that MVP 1 nomination. 1-1, big swing from Clifton right there.
I mean, you know, you really are on fire and had a good game when you lose the game, or your team loses the game, and you're still voted MVP 1. Like, that's how good Aubrey Leach was last game.
Only saw 4 pitches in her first 3 at-bats on her way to 3 for 3. Garcia trying to extend Clifton even further, maybe got away from her a little bit. Hey, Rachel Garcia, it's showtime when she's in the circle. Swing and a miss.
That's her curveball, and man, that has good spin.
Well, don't forget, Yankees-Red Sox, the 2nd straight week on Sunday Night Baseball. Finishing up a 3-game series at Fenway Park right here on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific with baseball tonight, Sunday Night Countdown. When Rachel Garcia came back in San Diego last summer for AUX, making her pro debut, returning from injury, and she's battled a number of them. And the fans just line up to watch her. They are just in awe. The young athletes, boys and girls. You see Rachel Garcia, and it is superstar.
Well, and back to that curveball, both of her strikeouts have come on that curveball, and it's her perfect spin with that pitch combined with her velocity that just makes it so tough. So with that curveball, imagine a clock, okay? It spins perfectly at 9 o'clock, so on its side. And it creates that late break, and it's so tough. And you can tell a lot about a pitcher's spin with how it's going to move and how hard she's worked on it, her hand positioning to be able to get it to that 9 o'clock rotation. But literal perfect 9 o'clock spin with her curveball that shows up on the Accurtech.
As Tori Vidal is down 1-2 now with 1 out. A little too far outside.
Just a little. That's a pitch right now, especially against right-handed hitters, that she's throwing well. Struck out Mulipola, a right-handed hitter on her curve. Clifton also on her curve.
Seems rarely, too, that she isn't at least tempting a hitter with what she's throwing. Went in on the hands that time.
That pitch was up, and almost thought that it came up and hit her mask, which actually happened in her college career. There's a GIF that the ball got stuck in her mask. Yeah, it hit off of the tip of her helmet.
We looked at that picture last night. You pulled that one up of the ball stuck in Tori's mask. Rachel Garcia blows it past Tori Vidalis, the captain. Talked to her earlier about what it means to wear that C.
I'm kind of nervous, to be honest. But I'm also excited that I get to be a captain first week. It's an honor to wear the C on my chest. It's something that obviously we all work hard for and that we got to that point. So, but I don't want to make it to where I'm just the captain. Like I want to make it a team decision and what's best for the team. So having the team's input a lot of the time, I think, is also what makes a captain.
I think the one thing we've heard and seen ourselves with Rachel Garcia entering her 2nd professional season is just the comfort and the confidence that she's carrying herself with right now. Playing well, feeling well. C on her chest for the first week of the season. There it is again.
Yeah, there's something you think about the draft that happens before every series with the team captains, and after they draft some players, then the players that are drafted to their team start to give some input, something that I didn't know actually happened. I thought maybe just the captain does it, but getting input from the team immediately once you've picked them. So that communication, despite it being a different team every series, that communication starts immediately, and the trust factor starts as well.
We've heard from captains in the past even that you're always taking who you feel are the best players early on. Sis has hit left side. Sometimes they'll draft players who they want to help lead the team. Rachel Garcia leading her team right now. No hits allowed through 2, and they lead by 5.
Sis Bates.
Let's go. And then I have to my left, I have
5-0 Team Garcia leading Team Mulipola, top of the 3rd inning. Rachel Garcia's the story so far, Amanda. She has been great in the circle. She's coming back to the plate for her 2nd trip, but really playing well.
Yeah, she looks locked in. Her first start of this AUX season, and all of her other appearances had been in relief, but gets a start tonight and looking sharp.
Peyton St. George back out there for her 3rd inning of work. Retired 2 straight to get out of a little bit of a jam with a runner on 2nd that last inning. Still trying to feel her way into this game, it seems like. That's hit back up the middle. Rachel Garcia. She is locked in. Well, we've got another star in the stands, Nadia Taylor, joined by, I think, a couple special guests. Nadia, who you have down there?
How we doing tonight? I got Molly here. She is a 2033 and she plays for the Warren.
Wait,
Let's go. She loves Sis Bates. And what's your favorite moment so far?
the play Sis Bates made.
Absolutely. And then to my left, I have Giselle. She plays for the Sluggers. She is a 2028. What's your favorite moment so far, Giselle?
Meeting Megan Faramo or watching Kelsey on the field.
Any adjustments you guys see these guys making?
No.
You? Okay, awesome. I see some adjustments.
Tell us.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, tell us.
Coach?
Yeah, so I saw, Rachel Garcia. I saw, the first 2 games, she was struggling a little bit with her timing, and she just, barreled one ball back up the middle. And I saw her previous AB where she worked oppo. I think a lot of times coming into this league, you get amped up, you get sped up. Your internal clock is really, really fast. And so it was cool to see her make those adjustments.
How much for you, Nadia, as a coach, and I know you're a student of the game still, is this paradise, just getting to talk shop with these players all the time?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I think the cool thing is just kind of talking how we're going to attack some of these pitchers. And, you know, after our first AB, we're like, hey, you know, let's look at this. Let's think about that. Or, hey, you were on time for this. And so it's really cool to have your teammates in here because everybody can swing it.
Now, Nadia, everybody told me coming in that you give us some time. You know, it's going to be a slow start offensively. We haven't had a lot of at-bats. Like, we're not going to look. It's been all offense. I mean, and through 3 games, the league average is .331. Why do you think that everybody is just thriving offensively right now?
I think, you know, a huge shout out to, you know, our guys that are throwing BP to us and getting us prepared. You know, we're asking for extra, you know, we're in here early, and also having the machines and really honestly having all of these hitting coaches here because we all are, you know, our biggest critics. So we're able to kind of feed off of each other, and we usually, you know, find 1 or 2 that we work well with, and they help us. So honestly, a lot of our teammates are really helping us.
Nadia, always love hearing from you. Stick around. We'll check back in with you as the game goes on. We appreciate it. Nadia Taylor, she is just one of the best. One of the best human beings you will find out here. But
so great.
Shannon Rhodes, big swing. How about Peyton St. George? Strikeout after the leadoff single.
Yeah, and I mean, Chucky, the thing that sticks out to me, though, is that league average, .331. All of last AUX season, the batting average was .288. And we're 50 points higher than that entering this game. And maybe not for long if Peyton St. George keeps throwing her off-speed pitch like that.
They're really settling in right now. 4th strikeout for St. George, and that's back-to-back swinging. And don't forget, get your ticket to the AUX Softball Virtual Fan Fest by joining the Unlimited Club. Hear from your favorite players such as Sis Bates and Haley McClenny. Experience one-on-one meet and greets, giveaways, and more. Join now for just $20 a year at auprosports.com/membership. Talk hitting with defense with Sis Bates, hitting with Haley McClenny, and you will be much smarter for it. Lily Piper swinging a really good bat so far. Singled and scored in the 2nd inning. 2 away now against Peyton St. George.
You know, believe it or not, Peyton St. George didn't start pitching until 7th or 8th grade. She told us she started late. Usually, I don't know, a pitcher will start anywhere between 8, 9, 10, maybe 11. So 7th or 8th grade is a late start.
She talked about her friends that she played with. Everybody was signing and getting recruited heavily, and she was looking around like, oh, what's going on? Well, then along came Duke, and she was the first ever signing for the Duke softball program. Led them to a super regional for the first time in program history and was an All-American, and she is settling in. And then 7th-seeded Virginia and Florida, the 2 seed, under the lights at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, both games on ESPN and ESPN Plus, so you can watch anywhere. Omaha and Oklahoma City, hallowed ground this time of year. Rachel Garcia knows what it takes to do it in Oklahoma City and in Rosemont, Illinois, because she's doing it tonight so far, has been tremendous. What do you like? I mean, she was good the other night. The last time she came in relief, it was a little bit rockier, but overall she was good. What do you like that you've seen her?
Yeah, she looks a lot like her first relief appearance from Monday night, where she's just working her curveball and getting that break and getting these hitters to freeze. I mean, maybe even better than her first outing on Monday night. Just really sharp, low pitch count, just 28 pitches so far.
He's retired the first 6, 3 strikeouts. They came in a row to Mulipola, Clifton, and Vidalis. Now Alicia Ocasio, her first trip to the plate, not in the circle, but in right field here in game 2. Watches that one. Top of the zone. That's the only place where the strike zone in Athletes Unlimited is different from the college game, but they do want the entire zone called. If it clips the black of the plate, they want that to be a strikeout here. But at the top of the zone, it's about a ball higher, but the whole ball has to be in. I think that's what we saw from Rachel Garcia on that pitch.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree. So side to side, it is the same as the college game, but like you said, it's the top of the strike zone. That is the difference, just about a ball higher. Bottom of the strike zone is the same, but if any part of that ball touches the edge of the plate and it's the right height, then that should be called a strike.
That one just a little bit outside. I mean, of course, you're a former pitcher, so it's easy for me to make the joke that you like that, but even as a fan, I mean, you want that to be called with these hitters especially.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these hitters are so good. They're all bad ball hitters that they can hit a ball that is off the plate still at 70, 85 miles an hour.
Rachel Garcia, number
so
4.
Good. Back to that curveball. That curveball on both sides has been her strikeout pitch. A low rise on the outside corner too. Just her curveball can have a bit of upspin to it as well, like we've talked about, and I think that you saw that there, just painting that outside corner up in the zone.
Courtney Gano watches it upstairs. 3 hits last night against this team. Courtney's 3rd season, missed 2020, gave birth to her son Gregory in 2020.
Yeah, he's down there. He looks like a happy little camper.
Sitting next to her mom, Rhonda, who's rocking the UW hat. Watches that one too high. She's patient at the plate right now off Rachel Garcia. There they are. He's staying busy. He might not be locked in on this at bat for mom.
Little cutie.
3-0, that does find the zone, and it looked like Courtney Gano taking the whole way. Biggest swing of the season in San Diego last year, and it was the last swing of the season. The walk-off grand slam to cap what was just an outstanding AUX inaugural season. And Rachel Garcia walks Courtney Gano, the first base runner in the game. Here's what she's done so far: 2 1/3, 4 strikeouts and a walk, and really doesn't feel like she's had a lot of long at-bats either.
No, missed a few. A little bit more off the plate in that at-bat to Gano, who was patient, had a good eye for the first walk.
Jasmine Jackson, the 9-hole, and then we'll see what kind of adjustments this Team Mulipola team can make off of Rachel Garcia. Right back to the outside corner. Jasmine Jackson played for Team USA for a few years, from 2016 to 2019. Lays down a bunt. Edwards, bare hand in the dirt. Gibson can't handle it. A tough one, kind of short hop Danielle Gibson.
All about her hands on this bunt. You're seeing all these athletes on this field, when they go to this drag bunt, just they have such a good touch on it. Looked like it was going to go foul, but then it took a bounce and continued to roll fair, and Taylor Edwards did everything that she could do to try to make a play, and Gibson can't pick it at first.
Chance now for Victoria Hayward in the top of this order. Good timing there, but underneath it. Hayward grounded out to Sam Fisher in her first at bat. Line shot, Sis Bates, double play! Sis Bates just doing Sis Bates things.
Victoria Hayward just can't believe it. That is Husky to Husky. Off the bat of a Husky to Sis Bates, of course, a Husky who was able to turn a double play and actually got another Husky out at second base, too. A triple Husky there making that play.
What? It is, especially that light right there. And then if you like look into the dugout.
5-0 Team Garcia leading Team Mulipola. We're going to the fourth inning. Those inning points have rolled over, so now 20 on the line. Got Kaylee Clifton, hometown Wayne, Oklahoma. Grew up, always wanted to be a Sooner. That's what she did. Went there from 2016 to 2019. A two-time national champion, Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. Back again, she's played in every single Athletes Unlimited season. Let's talk to Kaylee Clifton down at shortstop. Kaylee, good to have you with us. Talking about your Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, we just saw a Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year, former and Sis Bates, make a great play. What's it like watching some of these players out here?
I mean, honestly, wait, hang on. Honestly, it's just like being out here with so many great players, it just like elevates your game, and it's fun to watch. Like, you got to give it up to Vic. She got a good barrel, and then there's just Sis just being Sis, and you're like, okay, here we go.
Kaylee, I saw that you played in every AU season. Why do you keep coming back?
Honestly, because it's just a fun atmosphere. I mean, obviously, you watched last game. You know, we got 7 runs put on us in the first inning, but like, if you just chip away, you can just win inning points. And like, sometimes when you're playing actual games that doesn't have the point system, you get away from that and you just get defeated kind of early. But here, you're like always in the game in a sense because there's points on the line. So I don't know, everything's fun, it's competitive, and there's good people here.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, when someone like Sis is up to bat, what are you watching when she has a bunch of different tools? How do you know where to position yourself, and what are you watching from her in the box?
When Sis is up?
Yeah.
Yes! I feel like just knowing, I mean, Sis has been in the game for a while too, so just everyone knows a little bit about everyone, I feel like, and Sis can hit, Sis can bunt, and Sis can slap, but I'd rather her beat me something hard than something right in my face. So I usually play up on Sister.
How about your pitcher, Peyton St. George,
Yes!
and the adjustments that she made? It was a little bit of a rough start, but what has she done to settle in?
Honestly, just giving them a different look as far as keeping that off speed. I love that look from her, and I don't think she was throwing it early on, and now she is. And so keeping them off balance, yes, has been really good because you don't want to go up there and just be like, all right, here comes fastball. So she's doing good about just mixing pitches, mixing speeds.
Now, on the other side, you guys are having to face Rachel Garcia. What are you guys seeing from her? What are you guys talking about in the dugout about what you're seeing from her?
There you go. Honestly, Rachel is Rachel Garcia, so she's great, but she's just doing a job of attacking the zone early. I mean, you can see we're getting behind early, so we know she's pounding the zone, so we're just trying to swing early. We just gotta stick with it. She's great, so just keep trying to chip away and work for base hits.
Kaylee, I was talking in particular about her curveball and this spin on that pitch and her ability to throw it to both sides of the plate.
Yeah.
What does that look like from a hitter's perspective when it's coming in?
She throws it firm, so you got to make a decision quick. But it's just like jumping away from us. I think that's what we're all talking about in the dugout. I feel like when we faced her yesterday, she was more rise, and tonight she's really relying on that curveball, and it's working well for her. So we just got to make some adjustments on our own, but yeah.
We talk a lot about, you mentioned, like, there's always something on the line, like you have to be locked in. Talk to us about that dynamic for people watching at home who don't quite grasp what's going on. The competitive dynamic, yes, you're switching teams, but there's always something on the line.
Yeah, so I mean, at any point, hang on. Two! Get it in, hit a cut. There you go. So I mean, the points, not just individually, but specifically team points, like even if the other team puts some runs on the board early, we can win, other innings just by pushing one run. We don't have to necessarily tie the game, but pushing one run. Two! Here you go.
Kaylee, we appreciate it. We're just going to listen in while you do your thing.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just gonna stay. You want pinch middle? Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. No, I don't either. I'm wondering Tay's barrel. I'll give her a step in. Two. Two here. Yeah, Vic. Up. Way to work ahead.
And they're working on Taylor
Yeah,
Edwards right
come on
now. 0-2 count for
Easy
Peyton
way
St.
up.
George.
Yeah, Kels. Here you go. Yes! Yeah, give it to me. There you go. Good job.
And there it is, Peyton St. George. Strikeout number 6 for her. Kaylee Clifton amid the action.
Rachel Garcia getting the start for her team, Team Garcia in the circle. She's looked good with her curveball, throwing that more tonight than on Monday night, although she can still go up in the zone with that curve, but helping herself out early in this game at the plate, hitting the first pitch that she saw and driving in a couple of runs. You can tell she's all smiles with the way that she's playing on both sides of the ball in this game as her team has the lead right now.
3 innings, just 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, just extremely efficient. 2 hits. Her team is in the driver's seat. 6-0 going to the bottom of the 4th against Team Mulipola. Trying to flip the script on them. Team Mulipola took 110 of 120 win points from Team Garcia in Monday's meeting. This would be a huge response for Rachel Garcia and company. There's Aubrey Leach. 5 for 6 tonight at the plate.
Really interesting, Chucky, that home teams are 0-3 in the season so far. It seems like it's important, too, to win that first inning.
The doubleheader has not been kind to this point. Things could change for Team Mulipola. Last AUX season, the team with the doubleheader went 0-2 3 times out of a possible 9. We've already seen it once, and if Rachel Garcia has anything to say about it, we'll see it again tonight. One from Rachel Garcia. Big swing and a miss. 68 miles per hour on that one.
Yeah, Aubrey actually has twin younger sisters, too, and both are going to play at Tennessee next season. Just a softball family in that Leach house in Houston.
Grandma Wilma Ann Williams Leach played professional baseball for the Rockford Peaches. It's got to be good, you know, if you're Karen Weekly at Tennessee, you had Aubrey Leach, and then you get that direct line to the next up.
Rockford Peaches, she's down the road from here.
Yeah. Aubrey, quite the pro herself so far, and of course, what she did at Tennessee is a 2-time All-American in the record books, the all-time leader in runs and walks there. Entering this year in her 2 seasons of Athletes Unlimited, a 364 career average, and that is on the way up the way she's playing early in the season. Ball 4. Great at bat there off Garcia. Second walk.
Great at bat.
Well, everyone loves to rep Athletes Unlimited, and you can too. Check out all the great gear, including the new AUX Softball drops. Go to shop.auprosports.com to get yours today. 2 base runners off Rachel Garcia, both of them last couple innings, and both of them walks as Mulipola. The timing was there, but just under it.
That's a big cut by Mulipola. Struck out her first at bat looking on a curveball. Time you see that, usually a hitter, if they strike out looking and their last at bat, they're going to go up swinging big early in their next AB.
Just missed outside, 1-1. Captain duel here. Finish up Series 1 tomorrow night. We'll know our new captains at that time. Mulipola got every bit of it. Where's it going? Is it fair? It is not.
Oh.
Close.
Man, that was so close to being a fair ball. She got her hands to that pitch up and in, just into the night. Those foul poles look so small when the ball goes that far.
Garcia just off the edge.
She can't believe it. That looked like it could have been a strike too. I haven't seen these umpires miss very many calls at all, but I think that should have been a strike.
That one also too far, and Rachel Garcia is going to call time.
She threw the last 2 pitches pretty much in the exact same spot. When you're able to see the location of it, curveball, back-to-back pitches, goes right back to it thinking maybe the umpire missed it the first time, I'll go back to it again, and he still doesn't give it to her. Now it's a full count.
They're not just challenging the hitter, they're challenging Alex Leap's resolve behind the plate.
That's right.
Three-two. Inside and foul ball.
And she hasn't changed speeds very often tonight, hasn't had to. And we talked about this on Monday. You asked if, pitchers ever like to save pitches until the second or third time through the order. And it seems like that's been in the back of her mind to use in later innings, is to bring in that change-up late in the game. An important at bat like this.
And really, I'm not sure that we've seen a lot of pitchers have the chance to save a lot because of how good the hitters have been so far, but Rachel Garcia has, and another foul ball straight back.
I mean, she is on that up and in pitch on her hands. 3 different swings that she's had. She's taken big hacks at all of them. And then that outside corner, Rachel's gonna have to go to it again to see if she can bring it in maybe just a centimeter and get it for a called strike, or get her to hit it more off the bat. Shaking off a few things to get to this pitch.
Let's see what it is. 3-2. Inside, and that is fouled off.
Persistent back to that up and in corner. She shook off to continue to go back to that pitch.
Those last 2 pitches right at 70 miles per hour. Power on power. The 9th pitch coming up from Rachel Garcia. Hit down the right side. That's going to get out of play.
What an at bat by Deja Mulipola. Just fouling off these pitches on both sides of the plate. 10th pitch of the at bat coming, and Rachel Garcia is thinking, man, what do I throw her? And every time she comes up to bat and there's points at stake in an inning, you want to try to keep her in the ballpark. You have to be careful. With one swing of the bat, Team Garcia can lose these points in this inning.
When you talked about trying to dial that outside pitch in a centimeter, she just did, and Deja had to protect on it. Inside, Fisher to second, low throw, Piper can't handle it. Look at Aubrey Leach go! Heads up base running from Aubrey Leach, and it's 1st and 3rd with nobody out.
Just battled within that at bat. I mean, what a matchup. Garcia versus Mulipola, 10-pitch at bat. Looked like Garcia was going to get an out, though. Hard hit ball to third base, and defense unable to get a force out at second base there. And Aubrey Leach, with her speed, going to take an extra 60 feet as that ball got away.
Is this the inning for Team Mulipola? We've got our star in the stands again, Nadia Taylor down there with Carrie Eberly.
My name is Carrie. I'm so scary. Carrie, how you doing tonight after that dub?
Really great. Awesome. Loving life.
You were spectacular, man. And we got that win. What do you think about the moments going on this evening?
I mean, I think it's a great duel. Rachel's pitching really well, and see if Orange can inch its way back in the game.
Absolutely. We have a power hitter up. What are you starting her off with here?
Away. They go in. They go in, but I would say away.
So where are we going now?
She probably goes up and in.
I like it. I think she drove a ball to right center that first game, so I'm interested to see where she's going to go here.
Nadia, what are you going back to the dugout right now as a hitter telling your teammates about Rachel Garcia? What adjustments are you making?
Today, her balls are really moving today, so I would definitely say pick a side of the plate. I would say, you know, the one that's coming up and in, she's on the hands quite a bit, so I would definitely look to drive that curveball.
What'd you think about that at bat between Garcia and Mulipola, just taking blows in that at bat? What'd you think about it?
It was relentless. You know, seeing, you know, power for power. It looked like, you know, both of them, they were both calm and poised. So, I mean, a professional at bat. Some of the balls that I thought were going to be, you know, they were close and she was going to get rung up on, you know, he decided to call, you know, obviously a ball. But I thought it was an outstanding battle.
How about ask Carrie Eberly for us. What are the challenges as a pitcher in this league attacking these lineups?
Carrie, what are the challenges with attacking us hitters here?
Just making sure that you have more than one or two speeds. I mean, I think getting ahead is key, because once you get behind, people know you want to go to your best stuff. And even though it's your best, everyone here is capable of hitting it.
And I think as a hitter, I think one of the biggest challenges is, you know, facing these athletes who have 3 different speeds, and especially when you start to think a little bit too much, you end up getting yourselves out. So this league is really good. And Carrie, who would you say the toughest hitter is to get out?
I mean, I think Deja is always the one that comes to my mind right now. I have a few that always tend to have my number, and obviously Aubrey's seeing the ball really, really well right now. So it's kind of a mix, and it should be interesting to see who gets hot and who stays hot the next few weeks.
We appreciate it, Nadia. And for the record, you got to tell her that was the wrong answer. She's sitting right next to Nadia Taylor. It should have been you.
That was the wrong answer, man. What the heck?
Thanks, Nadia. We'll check back in with Nadia later in the game.
She mentioned Deja Mulipola being the toughest out. That was the last out that she got of the last game when they got that win.
And with 2 runners on and a chance to tie it, Jordan Roberts pinch hitting. She goes down looking to Garcia on that outside corner, and it was in there.
Yeah, and she brought it in about a ball, maybe even a ball and a half from where she was throwing it against Mulipola. Brings it just a little bit more on the plate, gets a for sure strike call, and gets Jordan Roberts looking.
Rachel Garcia
Excuse
still.
me, Clifton. Sorry, I don't. No, just don't mind me over here.
You're good. Oh no, Jordan Roberts that time. Pinch
Oh,
hitter.
okay. It showed up on the stat
you're
broadcast
good.
as Clifton. So that okay. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Is it past your bedtime?
No, it's not. The stat broadcast tricked me.
One out for Garcia, and Tori Vidalis sends this one toward the freeway, but foul.
I got so excited talking to Carrie and Nadia that just locked into them.
I mean, I can't believe Carrie Eberly shuns Nadia Taylor like that. Who's the hardest out? And didn't say Nadia. Vidalis again out in front of that on Garcia. Tori struck out swinging. It's the third strikeout for Rachel Garcia in the game back in the second inning. Leach at third. Mulipola at first. 0-2. Fights that one off.
She's bringing that curveball now just a little bit more on the plate than where she was. And maybe it's exactly what she's trying to do, or maybe she's just missing a little bit. But now it's about a ball on the plate, and to Mulipola, and at other times in this game, it's been about a ball and a half off the plate.
Saw Rachel Garcia multiple times in relief enter, get taken out, and re-enter in their second game of their doubleheader. Tori Vidalis, she is taking some cuts. Odyssey Alexander is warming up right now for Team Garcia in the bullpen down the right field line. Well, don't forget Yankees Red Sox on Sunday Night Baseball, finishing up a 3-game series in Boston at Fenway Park, right here on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, with baseball tonight, Sunday Night Countdown. Both those teams chasing the Tampa Bay Rays at the top of the AL East. Yankees 8 games back from Tampa Bay in first. Too far outside that time.
And that's the spot she's trying to find, like the middle ground between that curveball right there and the one that is just about a ball on the plate. Somewhere in between there lies a looking strike or a spot that she can throw these pitches to get a swing and miss.
She's had it a couple times. 2 backwards Ks, and Vidalis just sends one to right. Cut off by Sis Bates to hold her at first. Finally, Team Mulipola comes through in the 4th. That will, at the very least, roll those points over.
I've seen Tori Vidalis have a lot of at-bats, and you could just tell she was locked in to this at-bat and determined to get a hit. Goes back to that curveball, and just a good piece of hitting by Tori Vidalis to just poke that to the right side, get herself an RBI, and break up the shutout.
First and third, still just 1 out. Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, who doubled twice in the first game of the doubleheader, swings and misses through that one. Rachel Garcia, 32 pitches in this inning after really efficient stuff in the first 3.
And again, you know, it was Aubrey Leach who started this inning. Leadoff walk, grinded out an at-bat, found a way to get on first base. That was the only second walk of the game for Garcia, but she's just been so sharp. It just felt like she's not walked anybody because of how sharp she's been.
1-1 to Stewart-Hunter. Maybe just a little more patient this time through.
Yeah, a little bit more patient. I think that at bat too by Deja Mulipola kind of wore her out. And you think of where Team Mulipola is in their order, just right in the middle of the order, right in the thick of it.
Yeah, Deja saw 10 pitches in that at bat. Stewart-Hunter swings through that one for strike 2.
You want more if you're Team Mulipola trying to win this inning, would win 20 points just to push across one more run.
Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, a .391 career average and a tremendous Florida career, and Garcia wins the duel. 2 outs now as Rachel Garcia has her 6th strikeout.
Yeah, runner on third base, that would be the winning run of the inning. This is a must-have out, must-have strikeout for Rachel Garcia. 2nd out of the inning, just owned Kelsey Stewart, and that at bat on the outer half.
Nicole Mendez, the hitter, her first trip to the plate. Ocasio, it's her spot in the order. She struck out swinging back in the 3rd. Mendez from Houston, Texas, played her college ball at Oklahoma and thought about it, but did not go, says Naomi Erdahl at third base. Mendez, a former Big 12 Freshman of the Year back in 2017 for Patty Gasso. Outside corner that time. Rachel Garcia gets it.
Get herself back into this count, too. Got a little bit off the plate there, but got the call. That first strike, though, can be a big difference maker in a bat like this.
That was one thing the pitchers and catchers talked about us too. I feel like in the college game, there's such an emphasis on working ahead in counts. And one thing we heard from pitchers is the catchers asked them, are you okay working behind in counts?
And Deja Mulipola is big on communication and asking the pitchers about if they're comfortable with doing that.
Garcia's fought back, but now a full count to Nicole Mendez. Big spot here, 20 points on the line. And Team Mulipola trying to crawl back into this game, down 6-1. Hit pretty well left center field. Lorenz is over, makes the grab, and that's going to do it. They strand 2 runners, but one does come across. Aubrey Leach walked, came around to score on the Vidalis single. (6-1) Team Garcia leads Team Mulipola. The points have rolled over. Now we're 30 here in the 5th inning. But first, let's go into the game with Air National Guard and Lily Piper.
That's it. Hey, it's right here. It's like this. Yeah. Was that our off speed or no?
It looked off speed to me.
Okay. Well, I knew it was coming, but I was still early. But I was like,
right.
cheeks, both cheeks up the middle. Yep. Both cheeks up the middle. I've been stretching. She told me to stop, and then she saw her bobble, and she goes, go, and I was like, here I come.
I have that mobility,
Hey, bro.
Oh, Lily Piper, so loose out there. God, what was that dance she was doing at second? She said she was stretching, I guess. I'm not sure what that was exactly.
I don't think, might not ever really know what Lily Piper is doing, but she makes us laugh, and we're better for it.
I'm sure players at Ohio this year loved her as an assistant coach. Just finished up her first season there. There's Lily Piper hiding back there having a snack. Rachel Garcia to lead things off. Oh my goodness, Rachel Garcia! A rocket over the left field wall! That ball just came to a rest. Wow.
Look at how quick her hands get to that up and in pitch. That flew out of here so fast. I mean, look at that. A line drive went about 250 feet, 89.3 off the bat.
Wow.
Which will be the highest exit velocity that we've seen in these 4 games.
She's
She'll
got 2 in the top 3 now. Rachel Garcia. This is dangerous looking Rachel Garcia right now with regards to the leaderboard. And this is an inning worth 30. Nobody scored in the 3rd. Both teams scored 1 in the 4th, so those points keep rolling over. This is a 30-point inning, and Team Garcia already took the first 20 points.
This could be a big points game for Rachel Garcia. With that home run, winning innings, looking like Garcia is poised to win this game with the way that they've been hitting. They've out-hit Team Mulipola 10 hits to 1.
Well, Nadia Taylor's hit some pretty hard balls in her career as well. How'd you like that one?
It's hammered, absolutely hammered. That ball was hammered. You know what? We did play Mario Kart last night with Rachel, Odyssey and Deja. So just saying, you know, we're keeping it light. So what do you think about that barrel there, Carrie?
I mean, she crushed it, and love to see a pitcher hitting for herself and helping herself out.
Yeah, I think it's something to say for, you know, playing both ways, and she's done a great job of staying even kill, and looks like she's having fun.
Appreciate it, Nadia. Keep having fun down there yourself.
Will do. Gotta love it.
Thank you, Nadia Taylor, for joining us all night long. It's been great to hear from her in the stands with Carrie Eberly, and Rachel Garcia has put on a show. And for that matter, right before that pitch, Peyton St. George had been good.
Look at that pitch location. I mean, that's up in the zone that is nowhere near what would be a called strike at all. But Rachel Garcia determined to keep her barrel on, playing with that up pitch to get her barrel up to that pitch, and it's demolished.
St. George, for a couple innings there, had been pretty clean, settled into a little bit more of a groove, but now she will hand the ball off to Alicia Ocasio with a runner on and nobody out. Saw Alicia tonight in game number 1 as well. Saw her in right field to start this game, and now back in the circle to try and mix things up.
I've seen a lot of different pitchers. These double headers are just tough on all these teams, and they're all going to go through it this week and the next 2 series as well.
Well, history will be made. Athletes Unlimited bringing the first ever professional softball games to the Little League Softball World Series in Greenville, North Carolina, August 9th at 4:30 and 7 Eastern on ESPN2. Do not miss it. It is going to be an incredible event. Regular season games in front of those Little League softball athletes, their families, and fans.
Oh my gosh, they're going to go crazy about it. So many of the athletes that the Little League softball players write in their questionnaire as their favorite athletes are athletes that are on the field right now. They're going to just love it.
Well, you got to see some of them visit last year. They didn't play the game, but some of these athletes who played Little League softball growing up visited last year, and I'm sure that was a blast, but to actually watch it is going to be a really special event. Alicia Ocasio will face Shannon Rhodes to start things off here in the 5th. 11 hits for Team Garcia, just 1 for Team Mulipola so far. After what we saw, too, in the first game, the way they hit the ball. Rhodes, Piper, and Bates due up next here as that misses for Alicia outside, ball 1.
It's too that Team Garcia has scored in almost every inning. I mean, that's what we're seeing a lot is these teams whose offense are getting hot in these games, they're scoring in multiple innings and most innings.
And there's strike 1, just relentless at the plate, top to bottom in these orders. You hear that cliche, there's not, you can't take a at bat off against this lineup, but that's really the truth. And Rachel Garcia trying to stay warm in the dugout, maybe come back out for that 6th inning as well. Why not?
It's so hard to throw a complete game, too. You just don't see it very often. There were just 3 complete games last AUX season.
Well, as good as she was going, 43 pitches through 3 innings and then through 41 in the 4th inning. And still somehow only gave up the 1 run. "3-1. Upstairs ball 4, 1st and 2nd here with nobody out. Here comes Lily Piper.
Second baseman, number 47, Lily Piper.
Piper from Norton, Ohio. Finished 27th in AUX last season. Her best finish in Athletes Unlimited came in the championship season in 2021 when she finished 13th. Too far inside from Ocasio. I think she wanted that one. Alicia, the former champion. It was great talking to her about what went into that, and she talked so much about preparation and film and scouting for her and how important it was. And the name that popped up really quickly was the former pitching coach at Florida, now the current pitching coach at Oklahoma, Jen Rocha, who she just raved about how she taught her when she came into Florida as a freshman how to prepare for these lineups. Piper hits this hard to left center field. That clears the wall. A 3-run shot for Lily Piper. 4 on the board for Team Garcia this inning.
Yeah, that was, you should be flexing because, again, you're hitting this rise ball out. This is a second rise ball that Team Garcia has hit out in this inning. Both rise balls well out of the strike zone, but they're able to anticipate that pitch up in the zone and get on plane with it to hit it out of here.
Well, 4 batters have come to the plate in the 5th inning. All 4 of them have crossed the plate. 12 hits now for Team Garcia.
Lily Piper again out of the 8th spot, just staying hot. That's her 5th hit past few games.
3 yesterday, 3 on Monday. Couple more tonight so far, and probably going to get another chance at the plate later in this game. Just having a lot of fun right now. Sis Bates trying to spin one down the 3rd base line. That's foul. Speaking of hearing who the favorite players are, Sis Bates is one that comes up all the time. We heard that in the stands earlier tonight from one of our young fans.
Just the way she plays the game. Always smiling, always having fun, always trying to lift others up.
Three-time Defensive Player of the Year in the Pac-12, and goes down right there. And it got thrown down to Kano at 3rd, who wasn't looking at the moment, and luckily it went past her.
She dropped that all the way down to 46 miles an hour, just fooled her.
Center fielder, number 28, Haley McClain.
Back to the top of the order, and Haley McClenny. Ball 1 from Ocasio. Bounce back after the 3-run home run. Off speed, catches the corner. Good spot for strike 1. We've got Lily Piper. Not only is she mic'd up tonight, she's in the chair for a chair chat. How much fun are you having right now?
Oh, I'm having a blast. I couldn't be more excited to be out here finally.
Take us through that last at bat of yours.
you know, she went in early, and then I was on her off speed. So I was assuming she was going to go hard in and a little higher, so I just sold out to it. That's about it.
What is it like to be in the dugout right now with the way that this offense is swinging the bat tonight?
Absolutely. We're attacking, and we love it, and it keeps it nice and light and fun when all of us are participating, that's for sure. So 1 through 9 looks really good.
How about your pitcher and hitter, Rachel Garcia, tonight? What have you seen from her in the days leading up to the season? She's looked really good so far.
Absolutely. She's dealing. I mean, she had a perfect game going until, what, the 3rd? So obviously it makes it nice and easy for us when the ball's not getting hit and play very hard.
How about your time as a coach? What is that like for you, stepping out of the player's shoes and trying to help other players?
Okay. If anyone's watching, I've had it with Aubrey Leach, though, that's for sure. She's done enough.
Well, she's cut our interview with you short, too, because that's out number 3. Keep it up, Lily. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank
Lily.
Lily Piper and Team Garcia rolling, but Aubrey Leach, she's doing her thing, too.
Ooh, some through the first 4 games numbers offense.
Sunday Night Baseball coming your way. Yankees, Red Sox for the 2nd straight week to finish up the 3-game series in Boston. Both of them needing some wins, needing to get hot to climb up the AL East standings right here on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio coverage at 6 Eastern with Baseball Tonight, Sunday Night Countdown. Change in the circle for Team Garcia. Rachel Garcia did her job. 4 innings, just gave up the 1 run. And here is Brooke Yanez out of Ventura, California in her first season, the rookie from UCLA. And we saw her on opening night as well.
Yeah, I think Yanez and Garcia will complement each other really well. Garcia, the highest average pitch velocity at 68.2, and Yanez actually the lowest average pitch velocity. Back to Monday night's outings at 58.1. Also coming from the left-hand side, more about spin, changing speeds. Really good complement to each other, Garcia and Yanez.
She will see 8-9-1 in the order. Gano, Jackson, Hayward. Strike in the inside corner right there at 60 miles per hour.
And that's where she lived on Monday night, too. 52% of the pitches that she threw were on the edge of the plate. That was the highest percentage out of any pitcher that pitched on Monday night.
Shannon Rhodes under it for out number 1. Couple other changes defensively. Abby Ramirez at second. Sachel Palacios behind the plate.
Up next, left fielder, number 24, Jasmine Jackson.
Just the start Yanez wanted. Jasmine Jackson, she has been busy today, maybe not in the way she had hoped out in left field. Plenty of balls that have left the yard over her head, and then we talked about it in the first game. She's had line drives hit right at her, over her head. inside, outside. 1-1 as she tries to get her team going. 30 points as it stands for these inning win points that have rolled over would belong to Team Garcia unless Team Mulipola can score at least 4. And that misses from Yanez. Ground ball right side. Gibson has it. And a quick 2 outs for Brooke Yanez. There's Rachel Garcia. Has to feel good about what she did, and maybe we'll see her again tomorrow. We'll find out, but getting a good rest and was also great at the plate pitching-wise. What stood out the most?
Yeah, I think just the way that she attacked the strike zone early in the game, and I think that what ended up taking her out of the game is that 4th inning and throwing 41 pitches. She went into the 4th inning having only thrown 43 pitches, and then she threw 41 in that 1 inning, and we're down a bit.
Probably the most complete pitching performance that we've seen so far. Hayward in front of that, fouls it away. In spurts, we've seen it from other pitchers. As you see Garcia's line, 6 strikeouts through 4 innings, just the 1 hit and 2 walks. 1 run came across. Saw Faremo in relief have a good outing. Carrie Eberly's had a couple good relief outings. It's just slapped into left center field by Hayward. She's gonna take second. A 2-out stand-up double, that gets away, and she will take third.
She got robbed of a hit getting on base in her last at-bat by Sis Bates, who turned a double play on her. A line drive that was hit at Sis Bates, and this time she hits it over the head of Sis Bates, and Hayward, she's gonna see that ball in the gap, and then she sees it right here get down, and she takes, without hesitation, third base as well.
Leach goes the other direction, right center field. She has a double. And Team Mulipola plates one here in the 5th.
Her hands are just so loose, Chucky. Every at-bat that she has, her hands are just flying through the zone. Doesn't matter if it's a pitch that's up or down, she can handle it all. I mean, she's just playing so free. She's swinging so free. Hitting the ball all over the field, too, to the left side, to the right side, giving her team another run.
I mean, really, it is to see some of these hitters. I mean, we've seen a lot of it, but Aubrey Leach to so consistently 2 days into the season be doing what she's doing after such a long break between last year's championship season and now. That ball is foul, but it may never land.
I know that was a foul ball, but it registered as 290 feet.
Oh,
that was,
goodness.
It just kept going. Like, it literally just kept going into the night.
Rolling across the runway at O'Hare right now.
We've seen a lot of them. The offense is just what sticks out to me in all of these games. It's just, other than the first game we had, the amount of hits, double-digit hits for team after team here.
Yanez gets Mulipola swinging. 1 run comes across. Hayward and Leach with back-to-back doubles. That's 30 points for everybody on Team Garcia. Those inning win points. Well, for every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited AUX season, Aspiration committed to planting 10 trees. They are going to plant a forest the way this thing is going right now.
Maybe they'll plant him out behind the outfield here, and then we can say that they're hit into the trees because, I mean, those rise balls were just demolished by Team Garcia in the top of the 5th inning. Rachel Garcia and then Lily Piper handled that pitch up in the zone.
It wouldn't help for those driving on the freeway too with the distances we're seeing on some of these, just to have a little tree cover to help out and make sure nothing gets out there. But stay tuned, couple weeks of AUX. It will go quickly, but we'll see how many trees will be planted thanks to Aspiration's support. Alicia Ocasio hoping to halt that number here in the top of the 6th. 10 runs across for Rachel Garcia and her team. Sam Fisher, 3-4-5 against Ocasio. Are you surprised that, I think a lot of people would assume the arms might have a little bit more of an advantage, and you're obviously not throwing against live hitters, but that seems like a different type of prep. You haven't seen live pitching for these hitters, but it's been the bats.
Yeah, again, from what everybody was talking about on Sunday and telling me how they're nervous about their bats and just give us time to, you know, kind of ease into things. Like, everybody has had really good at bats. You know, a lot of hard hits like that too, even by Sam Fisher, who doesn't necessarily have the average because she's hit balls right at people. These hitters are hitting the ball hard.
We were bamboozled about the nerves.
I know, I completely think so. It's been a tough couple of days to be a pitcher, that's for sure.
Quick conversation in the circle. Sachelle Palacios set for her first at bat after entering as the catcher for Brooke Yanez. Talking to Rachel Garcia, that's a good one to get some advice from right now.
You have the facilitator, Danielle O'Toole, talking to Deja Mulipola about maybe what they want to do here.
Danielle stayed busy this year. She's not playing anymore. Has the first place champion crown from AUX's inaugural season in the trophy case. Talking to Charlotte Morgan in her 2nd year as a facilitator. Some really good minds here as facilitators to help out. Palacios swinging first pitch, fouls it off. She had a grand slam in San Diego last year. Special moment for her. Had a lot of friends and family there all season long. She's from San Diego. First grand slam in AUX history. Ground ball. Vidalis to second, and that's all they'll get. Palacios beats it out, and there's one away. The College World Series kicks off Friday in Omaha. Oral Roberts and TCU at 2 Eastern. Then 7-seeded Virginia and Florida at 7 o'clock. Cap off the night, both games on ESPN and ESPN Plus, so you can watch anywhere. Well, Rachel Garcia has seen 4 pitches. She has a 2 RBI double, a single, and a solo home run. She is a triple away from the first cycle in Athletes Unlimited history, AUX or championship season. She's already drawn this at bat out, you know. 1-1. That's a great pitch from Ocasio.
It's a pitch that she's really gotten a hold of and thrown it well. Got these hitters out in front. She's selling that pitch well. It's deceptive.
48 miles per hour off the end of the bat. Alicia Ocasio does a nice job to field her position. There's 2 outs. First time they've gotten Rachel Garcia tonight.
Got her 3 straight off-speed pitches, got her to hit it off the end of her bat. Look at the throw from Ocasio. Knew she needed to get it and get rid of it. Wasted no time. Need to get that out.
Danielle Gibson, a chance with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Did you like PFP, pitcher fielder practice?
Oh, yeah.
You liked it?
Yeah, I love making plays on defense. It's like when, you know what I think about whenever I look at, to think about what Danielle Gibson sees out in the field? It reminds me of like a pumpkin patch with the orange uniforms out there, and you're trying to hit it through the pumpkins out there.
Is that some training you did growing up? What's going on here?
No, I don't know. I was just thinking of it. A little Halloween. Okay. Well, I guess it's too early for Halloween, but.
Oh, Gibson turns on it. That'll go to the wall. Palacios is going to score. Danielle Gibson has a double, and she crushed that ball.
Yeah, it was 84.2 off the bat. And these pitches that are up in the zone are getting hit the hardest. Line drive down the right field line. Danielle Gibson, whenever she's been at bat, her at bats just has been spraying the ball to both sides of the field, hitting it hard to the left side and toward the right side.
She has one of the best looking swings in a great field of players. Shannon Rhodes, 1 2-out run here, and they're still trying to just collect these inning win points. They've got them all so far. For Team Mulipola, they struggled in the first game to pick up win points. The doubleheader day has not been kind so far. Team Garcia felt that on Monday. Team Mulipola feeling it tonight. It'll be up to Morgan Zirkle and company to change that trend tomorrow night.
Yeah, you know, they have to be thinking about that. I'm interested to see how they handle the doubleheader tomorrow because it's been a tough couple of nights.
And it's been early in games. It's been, you talked about it, it's been the first inning, first two innings in this one. Digging big holes. And they came from behind in the first game, from down 7, got it back to 7-5, only lost that by 3 and had a chance at the end, but just haven't been able to recover. Aubrey Leach, she's done her part, that's for sure. There's a walk for Rhodes. That brings up Abby Ramirez. Lily Piper gets a break here. Abby Ramirez, who replaced her at second base, will get her first at bat. I would have loved to hear the conversation Abby Ramirez and Carol Hutchins at Michigan early in her time when they changed her into a full-time slapper, full-time lefty. Danielle O'Toole going to make a change. Alicia Ocasio is coming out. 2 outs and 2 on. There's Lily Piper, just taking it easy over there. Let's go into the game with Lily Piper.
Kapow. Kapow. Kapow.
Yeah!
Oh my.
Johnny Bravo.
All right now.
Johnny Bravo. It's about time. Hey, where's my extension people?
I don't understand 90% of the things that have been
know,
said
it's so
tonight,
funny.
but I love every minute of it.
And she's just playing so well, too.
That was after Rachel Garcia's home run and then after Piper's home run with the flex. Said it's about time. Did plenty of that at Ohio State. Hit over 400 every year, 419 for her career. One of 2 players in Ohio State history to earn All-American honors 3 times. The other one's Sam Martyr. Here's Mariah Masson. I like this move from Deja Mulipola and Danielle O'Toole. Masson started the first game, but never recorded an out and was pulled early in that game, so she gets a chance here to kind of get her mind right.
Just a change in pace here, a little change in momentum, bringing in somebody else to give these hitters a different look. They've already had 14 hits tonight. Just seems like there's been no answer to their offense.
So Abby Ramirez's first look, it'll be off Masson. Alicia Ocasio leaves the circle and goes to right field. Kelsey Stewart-Hunter is in at second base. Aubrey Leach has moved to shortstop, so all kinds of changes right now for Team Mulipola. Masson just needs one out here in the sixth. Grounded foul. Had a great conversation with Abby Ramirez the other day about her hitting right-handed, and she said the one person who really is upset about it is her grandma, who misses the home run. She wants her to hit right-handed or at least hit one more home run in her career.
Maybe tonight's the night.
You never know. It's certainly been flying tonight. Dealt with an injury at AUX last season, so he missed most of the summer, in the AUX summer at least. Returned in the championship season and finished 22nd out of 60 players. It's fouled straight back. Just a part of some really good Michigan teams. Played with Haley Wagner, Sierra Romero. Man, what a middle infield Carol Hutchins had. With Ramirez and Romero. 1-2, great spot there from Masson, who comes in relief. Strands a pair of runners. Bottom of the sixth coming up. Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN is sponsored by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact. You saw Jesse Warren, there's Sydney McKinney, Sis Bates, the rookies, some of the returners. Just a really great field of 42 players here in Rosemont, and we've been in for a treat. Our coverage continues. Another doubleheader tomorrow, 6:30 and 9 Eastern on ESPN2. It's Team Zirkle's turn for the doubleheader. They are 2-0 entering tomorrow. Morgan Zirkle trying to lead the way. She's been so consistent in her time with Athletes Unlimited in her fourth season. 3 of the 4 seasons she's competed in, she's had top 6 finishes. And when you really start to look at the leaderboard to understand how things work, it's not just the individual. To be on winning teams that often, and Megan Wiggins talked to us about that, like you have to find ways to impact winning because that's how you really have success.
The leaderboard the most.
Jordan Roberts back in. Her second at bat of the game. 0 for 1 with a strikeout, sitting in that 30th spot. Oh, hits this one hard and gone over the scoreboard and up by the freeway. Jordan Roberts, her first of the season. That was crushed.
Just not a bad pitch location at all, but these hitters are so good. This maybe was a little bit up, but in terms of being on the plate, it was just about a 1/10 of a ball on the plate, and she still hit it almost 300 feet. Just flying out of here tonight. And none of this is wind aided, by the way. There's no wind tonight.
Wow. All opposite field, too, over that right center field wall. Off Brooke Yanez. And the hitter's dominance continues. That was a big swing for Roberts because that forces the points to at least roll over, gives her team a chance here. They played another one to pick up their first inning win points of the game. Big cut from Vidalis there.
We've had 15 home runs already, and not even through 4 games. Last year, in comparison, for the other AUX season, there were 36 home runs in 18 games. Already there have been 15, and not even through 4 games.
These hitters came to play, that's for sure, and there is so much power. So much power in the order. We saw Taylor Edwards with 2 home runs last night. Mia Davidson's hit 2 already. You're talking some of the best power hitters in the history of programs, in the history of college softball with Mia Davidson. Lily Piper's done her part. Rachel Garcia looks like she's in prime form. And Tori Vidalis is always dangerous to go yard. She hit 2 last year at AUX, drove in 7 runs, hit .317 for the short season. There's Rachel Garcia, happy captain tonight. Off the end of the bat from Vidalis in a perfect spot out in front of Shannon Rhodes. Nobody out and a single for Vidalis.
Second baseman, number 77, Kelsey Stewart Hunter.
Kelsey Stewart Hunter now. 2 first basemen talking it over. And it's hard to really get a grip on the leaderboard before the end of the series with the double headers, but there's certain things you can tell, and that is the fact that Team Zirkle has 8 players in the top 10, and they've only played 2 games.
Yeah, there's a lot of blue, a little dash of yellow with Rachel Garcia, a hint of orange up there with Aubrey Leach.
And the question is, both of these teams on the field have played their doubleheaders and they've struggled. And the question is, what can Team Zirkle do? Can they put a big gap between themselves and the rest of this field for the most part? Or will they also struggle on that doubleheader day?
So interested to see, because that's clearly been a theme the first couple of days of play.
Swing and a miss from Stewart Hunter. Her second strikeout swinging. She's 0 for 3 tonight. Good bounce back from Yanez. But just 1 out. And here's Alicia Ocasio. Good spot from Yanez there on the outside corner. 0-1. Casio, a 2015 national champion as a freshman at Florida. They went back-to-back in 14 and 15. That misses outside. Oklahoma just finished up a three-peat. We've seen historic dominance from UCLA. The question is, can Oklahoma be caught right now? Obviously, big news the other day, Jordy Ball announcing that she will transfer, did not specify a school, but said she would return to her home state of Nebraska. And we talked about that. That might be the biggest transfer in not just softball history, but transfer portal history.
It's not too often that you see an incoming junior with 2 national championships and the awards that she's gotten as a 2-time first-team All-American, National Freshman of the Year. You just don't see players like that transfer very often.
Some lucky program in the state of Nebraska.
In any sport, by the way. You just don't see that. Not just softball.
And there it is, the three-peat from Patty Gasso and company, UCLA, led by Rachel Garcia in 2019, and then Florida State back in 2018 with Jessie Warren. We've got them all in this field of 42. All-Americans, national champions, national players of the year, national freshmen of the year. Big swing from Ocasio. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brooke Yanez.
Look at how the bottom just falls out of this pitch. Gets Ocasio to chase it, looking to see if Palacios held on to that despite being a runner at first. Just checking though, maybe made contact, I don't know. But that bottom just fell out of that pitch to strike out Ocasio.
Delivers first pitch strike to Gano. There's a leadoff solo home run from Jordan Roberts, just mashed over the scoreboard in right center. And then a single from Vidalis, and now Brooke Yanez bouncing back, back-to-back strikeouts, and attacking Courtney Gano here. And I don't see Mom and her son Gregory in the stands anymore. I think it might have been bedtime.
Maybe a little bit ago.
Gano fouls this one out of play. Showed us a great set of pictures, one from every year she's played Athletes Unlimited with Gregory. Skied on the infield. Gibson, great communication there, and makes the catch for out number 3. Jordan Roberts, the solo shot. The points roll over to the 7th, but it's all Team Garcia.
choices. We using our voices, helping the voiceless. We stand for a cause, not fighting for straws. We changing the laws, we give it our all. It's a bigger picture and we paint the walls. We are unlimited. Look at the game, we changing it all. We unified on the front line for the one time. Cause it's one grind, no divide. We ride, use one voice, then we shine. Stand up now, unannounced. Hold on, hit me out.
Well, if you can't make it for AUX, make it for the championship season. Back here in Rosemont, July 28th through August 27th. Season tickets, 3-game mini plans, group tickets, and more. Now available. Go to auprosports.com/tickets to get yours today. And it's not just the games, too. Great stuff going on in the venue. Of course, the players always signing autographs afterward. Willing to talk to fans. Sis Bates, who's at the plate, is one of the best. The fans love Sis. She's trying to get off the 0 for tonight. 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. Mariah Masson came in, got the strikeout earlier. Sis Bates puts a charge into it. Oh my goodness! Sis Bates can do it all.
No-hitter radar. Sis Bates with 40 points.
247 feet, 74 miles per hour off the bat of the power hitter, Sis Bates. What a swing. Her first in her Athletes Unlimited career. And that brings up the top of the order, Haley McClenny. McClenny with a 1-1 count. She has a couple base hits in this one, 2 singles, a couple runs scored, and an RBI. Trying to follow up Sis Bates out of the 9-hole with the solo home run. I would love to hear that conversation right now between Sis Bates and Sam Fisher after she just hit a home run.
Me too. I mean, the ball is just flying in these games. Like, let's be real.
20 hits in the game total, 15 of them for Team Garcia.
Oh my goodness.
They came in motivated today. They have scored in every inning but one, back in the third where both teams were held scoreless. And Team Mulipola, they'll have the pressure on them. More reasons than one. Obviously, the game feels like it's probably out of reach at this point, but there's 20 points on the line for the innings after the rollover in the 6th. Foul ball. Vidal is just in foul territory.
Yeah, she's such a sneaky good infielder. In high school, played shortstop, a little bit of third base. You could put her at second base and ended up at first base, which is where she plays mostly now, but she has such good hands.
Played for Team Mexico at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Ground ball hit hard. Leach now at shortstop. Play both spots in the middle infield. There's one out.
It tells you how good that Aubrey Leach has been as an individual, where might lose both of these games tonight. She'll still be up toward the top of the leaderboard despite that.
The MVP one nod in game 1 tonight in a losing effort, but that was worth 60 points. That's one way if you are losing, and the stat points can only take you so far. You have to have those either wins or MVP performances, but it's hard to do in a losing effort, and she did it.
It really is.
Amanda Lorenz watches that outside. 68 from Mariah Masson. She was thrilled to get the call. Last year in San Diego, there was an injury to one of the players and they needed somebody to fill in. Masson from California drove 4 hours the day she got the call and immediately played. Took Oregon State to the Women's College World Series in 2022 as Lorenz has a one-out single. That's 10 points for Amanda Lorenz. Well, here it is. This is how you earn points individually in Athletes Unlimited. The single, double, triple home run, pretty self-explanatory. Stolen base. The only way to lose points as a hitter is to be caught stealing. That's -10. Walks, hit by pitch, 8 apiece. Sacrifice bunt, and then pitching, 4 points for every out recorded and -10 per earned run. But the pitchers, they really have, if you can put together a great pitching performance, there's a direct route to MVP. There's just the game. Fisher in the left center field, long run for Hayward. She won't get there. Back-to-back singles for Lorenz and Fisher.
Yeah, and then if you're a pitcher who hits, then you're just gaining points in multiple different ways, like Rachel Garcia. A lot of these pitchers hit. Odyssey Alexander can swing it. Mariah Masson.
I think for Rachel Garcia tonight, we'd be shocked if we don't see after the game her with an MVP 1 nod.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's who it'll go to.
The players vote after the game. Take the iPad around and they'll select from everyone available.
I mean, that home run that she hit alone, again, that came off the bat at almost 90 miles an hour.
That's hitting. Nice little chop by Amanda Lorenz to dance around that one up the middle. And she's feeling some relief over there at third.
Giving her a hug, Courtney Gano is, but look at how this ball almost hit. Oh, Amanda Lorenz just gets past her. I don't know how it didn't hit her. Some athleticism. This is the second time, I think, in past couple of games that she's almost gotten hit on the base pass.
That's those dancing shoes. She's always dancing. That's that coming in handy right there. Odyssey Alexander into hit. Speaking of pitchers who can hit, watches strike one from Masson. Out of James Madison, a Boynton, Virginia native. Ground ball, Leach has it. Can they turn two? And they say out at first on a close play to end the top of the 7th. 1 run across, and it could be a sweep for Team Garcia if they can hold Team Mulipola scoreless.
Aubrey Leach in a new position, moving over from second base to shortstop, starting this double play with the Kelsey Stewart-Hunter quick turn to first.
Well, the doubleheader day has not been kind. Team Garcia Monday, I should say, losing 5-4 and 9-7. Today, Team Mulipola losing 10-7. This is the first one that's gotten out of hand a little bit on the scoreboard. Everything else been really competitive, come down to the final inning, basically. But we're back tomorrow, ESPN2 at 6:30 Eastern and 9 Eastern for Team Garcia and Team Zirkel, followed by Team Mulipola and Team Zirkel. It's always fun after Series 1 to see who sits atop the leaderboard. Everyone's played the same amount of games. We'll see our new captains, our Week 2 draft coming up as well. Series 2 draft, I should say. Season's only 2 weeks. Odyssey Alexander, who replaced Rachel Garcia in the lineup. Rachel could have had a chance at the cycle. She had one look at it and couldn't get it done, and then Odyssey gets a chance to hit and finish it right here. Coming in for Brooke Yanez. Gave up a couple runs, one in the 5th and one in the 6th, and Odyssey gonna bring it a little bit harder and also from the right side.
She'll throw with good velocity in the upper 60s, and again, compliment Yanez. I like them using her in the middle of Garcia and Odyssey Alexander. She has a different pace, different spin, different side that she comes from.
3-time All-American at James Madison, which is a program that has had a lot of success and a lot of really great players. Think of Jalen Ford, Megan Good, Odyssey Alexander, the latest. It's going back over the last 10 years or so. Top 5 in James Madison history in home runs, RBIs, wins, and shutouts. Hit .337 for her career at the plate and won 81 games. Hits the outside corner there against Jackson to make it a full count.
It's a pitch that she'll go to a lot, too, is that screwball. Both to lefties and righties. Lots of comfort with that pitch.
Got that outside corner again. There's one away.
Seem to take just a little bit off of this pitch. Just a little off-speed pitch at 61 miles an hour and gets a called strike.
Top of the order, Victoria Hayward. Still something to play for here for Team Mulipola. They would need 2 runs, though, and that hit Danielle Gibson in the foot. It's a base hit for Hayward, but the concern now is Gibson. And that hit her pretty solid on the inside of that, I think it was her left foot. She dealt with an injury last year during the summer. Hopefully she's all right.
I think it might have been, yeah, her right foot. Right on the arch.
Gave a thumbs up when she kind of jogged out into the outfield, and then a hug for Victoria Hayward. It's good to see Danielle Gibson's all right.
Because, too, the fact that Hayward has so much speed and lay down a bunt, a lot of different tools. She was playing in front of the bag. But at the end of the day, too, Hayward can hit the ball hard. Playing several steps in front of first base, and that line drive got on her in a hurry.
She's still feeling it because she was kind of hobbling back into position at first. Now Aubrey Leach. Her and Hayward ignited the run they scored in the 5th. Back-to-back doubles. One away, that's fouled back by Aubrey. Just wonder too, as a player like Aubrey Leach coming in, how good do you feel coming into the season? I mean, there's really no way to know until you get out there and start playing, and for her, it just seemed to click perfectly.
It just seems like she's just playing with no expectations, no added pressure on herself.
That's another interesting part of Athletes Unlimited. The leaderboard is always hovering somewhere, and the question is, do you look at it? We've asked a lot of players. Typically, they say no. I think because most of them say it would become a little bit obsessive almost. Would you try to not pay attention to it?
I would try to not pay attention to it. And just like I didn't want to really look at my stats either when I played. I think those are probably the same types of players that either want to kind of be in your stats and in the know, or you don't.
Just a feeling, right? I mean, you know when you're playing well, you're playing well.
Yes. Rather not worry about it.
Aubrey Leach, we like to worry. I like to worry about it in the booth.
Yeah. We like to worry. We like to keep our eye on it.
That's the fun part of it. But Aubrey Leach, without a worry, 386 at the top of the leaderboard. The hit that she will take is the win points that are going to get shifted the other direction here. Rachel Garcia is going to hop up into that second spot and possibly first spot. I think she will because of the MVP points and win points that should be coming her way. $50 for the game and still 20 inning win points on the line. Hayward takes second. They do need 2 in this inning. $12 runs for Team Garcia. That's an AUX high. 18 hits. That's the new record. Everybody has been a part of it. And I guess in some ways it's been a little bit over. Like, their pitching has been good. Rachel Garcia was solid. Brooke Yanez came in and gave him a couple good innings. And now Odyssey Alexander trying to close the door. But hold a lineup to 3 in this league, and you're feeling really good.
I was thinking hold a lineup to 6 hits, and you're feeling good. But yeah, you're right. 3 runs is feeling like a win.
Just really the one big swing from Roberts, the solo home run, the back-to-back doubles, but kept the ball in the yard, which most teams haven't been able to do tonight. Amanda Lorenz runs that down in foul territory, and there's 2 outs. This is it. Deja Mulipola, the last chance to send Vic Hayward in from second base.
Look at how, again, this last inning is coming down to her with 2 outs and a chance to get some points here at the end of the game.
Inside, she's attacked those inside pitches tonight at the plate. Hit one over the wall in game 1. She's had a couple foul balls that have went well over the wall as well. But 0 for 3 in this one with a couple strikeouts. Will this stay in play? Not quite. Sis Bates in the area. How about Sis Bates' night? The tremendous catch and the double play, and then the solo home run.
Yeah, after 3 strikeouts, too, she hit that home run. Felt great for her, I'm sure.
Odyssey trying to close the door here. 0-2. Inside, Taylor Edwards stays with it. Always have to watch out for Victoria Hayward out there. Something gets away, she's ready to move. Only been caught stealing 1 time in her Athletes Unlimited career. 1-2, softly hit. Fisher, got to be quick on the run. Nice play over to first. And that's going to do it. A dominating performance for Team Garcia. 12-3 winners over Team Mulipola. 18 hits, an AUX record, 12 runs, ties the record, and they take all 120 possible win points. For Savannah Collins, Amanda Scarborough, and our entire awesome crew here in Rosemont, I'm Chucky Kemp. We will see you tomorrow.